Hello and welcome to Youth and Social Life. My name is Damilola Ogunshaki and today I'm with my co-host
Agnes Joy Uloko.
Okay, so after months and months of closure in the country, closure necessitated by the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic, of course, schools are finally resuming. Of course, parents will actually say it's a big relief from them. The biggest, I think, the happiest winner are the parents and also the teachers who are happy to resume back to, of course, their profession, doing what they love doing the best. But here now, we're going to be talking today how some of these things, the things that we put in place, the protocols, the effects that it's going to have on the children and also the challenges. We know, of course, the students have really missed school and they're back to school now to get their education. But do we think that's just really all? So that's what we'll be looking at today. And also, so we'll play some clips with you and some other things. So, Joy, let's just talk about the main thing that schools are resuming. First of all, I myself, like me that have junior ones at home, I'll first say I'm actually relieved that schools are resuming.
Yeah.
They are resuming.
There's that excitement, you know.
There's that excitement. So,
going back.
Okay, okay. So do you have junior ones?
Yeah,
right?
I have Vanguard ones.
And so, okay, when you were leaving this morning and you were going to school, what
I was
actually
very happy.
that expression?
Like, you know, they are always at home making noise and you have to be shouting. So now they are going back to school. You are relieved. For them coming back to be by 4 or 3 p.m. So at least that, God, I'm very happy.
I
can't
can
express
but
myself.
you know, that is not just the main thing.
Yeah.
Being happy is not just all because
Yeah.
there are some things before they actually resumed the school. Lagos State government actually told them these are some of the things that you have to do
Yeah.
before the students come back to school. But today we have to look at the realities. How these things actually we come to pass. Now, on Saturday when I actually went to my siblings' PTA meeting,
Okay.
and there one of the things I actually asked them was, how are you going to protect these children during the break time? How are you going to protect them during the break time? And what are the things that you're going to do? And you know, just some of their explanation. It was actually very difficult for me to actually move with them, flow with them. These children, there's going to be playtime and all that for these kids. And now there was something I saw this morning when I was coming to the office, and that was like I saw children going on their way to school, greeting each other and hugging each other. You're welcome back to school. It's been a long time and all that. And we are talking about protecting these children. Are you sure they sanitized their hands before they left home? Are you sure they washed their hands? Are you sure they've not bought something on the road? We are saying that children go straight to school. How sure are we that they are going straight to school? That is one of the problems, and that's one of the questions that we're actually asking parents. How do you think these children will be best protected? Okay, now, so we went out today now to see, of course, we attended to schools, so went to some schools to see how the protocols and how these things are being carried on now. We have a video clip for you to watch, so watch it. I'll be back. Okay, so we are here in a school and students have not yet resumed, but before immediately you're entering the compound, the security man will actually direct you to where you're going to wash your hand, and that's part of the preparation for the students when they resume.
My name is Taiwo. We have not resumed because we are still trying to follow the guidelines of COVID-19, and moreover, we are into blended learning, physical learning, and also the online learning. But our teachers have resumed this week. Our teachers are resuming this week. But next week, Monday, we have the pupils to resume and join us. We have our sinks there. There we have, it's in the office, we have the humidifier. And we have our thermometers as well. So these are the things we have made on ground. And moreover, we are trying to put a lot of things in place to renovate the gutter and so on, so that the school can become conducive enough for the children to enter.
Don't move closer to yourself.
yourself. Give yourself a space. Social distance. Don't move closer to yourself.
Come to this school again. A teacher will be in one classes like primary school. That is what we did for the GS3 students. You must not leave your class. No buying of food. You know the food vendors are not around. You are going to start your lesson by 8 o'clock and you are going to leave by 11. 8 a.m. to what? 8 a.m. to what? No break. No break. No nothing. When you are coming everywhere from tomorrow, you just enter your class. No assembly.
All right, so that's the video. We have some of the video clips. So I'm sure you saw the kids washing hand when they were actually going to school. So you know, entering the school compound, the security teams on ground, we actually encourage you to wash your hands, to use your face masks, and direct you to designated hand washing points where you're going to wash your hands before you actually, you know, proceed to the other schools. And same thing actually happened to the students. And you know, some schools, not all schools are open. We found out that 40% of the schools in Lagos are actually open. Private schools are actually open for students to resume, and asking them, said they were still planning and, you know, processing and preparing for the student to come back in full. And what I mean in full does not mean that they will actually be resuming like the 3:30 they were supposed to resume. Like some said they will be closing by 2, and one said they will be closing by 11 a.m. 8 to 11. How realistic can that be? What are they going to learn within that period? How short? Then how are we going to make up with the school curriculum and all that? So that's one of the questions that has been on my mind since I actually heard that teacher.
They will have to plan. If they are to close by 11, maybe they will have to remove the break time. You know, there are some schools during classes, after a particular subject, they will have a break interval for some few minutes. I think they will have to remove all those things to just make it a straight learning.
Is
for
it
them
advisable for you to just keep teaching kids without them taking break?
It's
because
not
I know that
advisable.
every child actually have their own
way of learning.
They have their own way of learning.
Yeah.
You know, it just depends on everybody. I can't say that, okay, immediately after mathematics, English comes in, immediately after English comes in, physics comes in, chemistry comes in, and that's the end of the day. And you just keep bombarding me with subjects like that, with things.
Some students,
no time for me to
They don't
relax.
understand that way. It's when they go on a break, like a break, even if it's just 2 minutes, for them to just relax. You get it? But taking it on a straight road like that, to be difficult.
You can agree with me that also taking break is very, very risky for them to have playtime. It's very, very risky.
If they are to go on a break, it's not as if they are going outside to play. They can be on a break. You can still be on a break and you are sitting on your seat, like you are just having that relaxed, like you are eased, yes, from the tension of I'm done with mathematics.
We are actually talking that because I should say we are youths and we're no longer in secondary school. When you were in secondary school, put yourself in their shoes. Can you sit in one place for like 15 minutes in school, while in school, just there and saying that you're having a relaxed time?
When I was in secondary school, I was a person that I don't go out for break.
Okay, that is usual.
I don't go out. If I want to get anything, I usually give my money to my friends. I'm not somebody that don't really
so now we are also talking about students or boarders. We are talking about students in boarding schools and they are resuming back to school now. So how will these children be monitored while they are in their hostels, their dormitory? How will they be monitored? Are they going to monitor them 24/7? How many of them will stay in the room? Because we have some federal schools like I attended federal school, and then they were like in a room in a hall there were like 60.
Wow.
30 bones up down, then 60, sometimes more than 60. Now how are you going to tell me that these students will stay? How are they going to cope? I'm in my room and you are coming there, and of course we'll eat together.
Yes.
Now we're saying that eating food is very, very dangerous. Buying food outside is very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
Now these people that will be cooking for them, they'll be going out and be coming. Let's just say that okay, you isolated this kid and you tested them. They are cooks. Are they going to be living in the school? That is one thing we also need to ask. And another thing, the face mask. Students wearing face masks for 3 hours. As an adult, can you wear that face mask for 3 hours without pulling it down?
It's not possible.
Some people do it. You do it, but you are an adult.
You're
Now,
an
as a
adult.
child, can you wear that face mask for 3 hours without pulling it down? Those are some of the questions that we really need to ask. Some of the things that we really need to put in place and we need to consider. So that's why sometimes when you are just looking at it, when we were saying students should resume, students should resume, students should resume, there are so many things, many factors that they surrounding it. I think that is what actually delayed the resumption till this time from March till now. You can tell you, I think then just a student, if you are if you attend federal schools, then once after your junior YA, you after get 3 months break. Now this is more than 3 months. This is like almost 6 months now that you've been at home now. Now these students are going back and they are excited. Like this one I was telling that I saw them. What are you going to say? Now if that student just enters schools, oh, we are seeing each other and I'm just entering.
And you have to greet your friends. Normally it's done. You have to say, it's been a while. And you cannot, they are children. You cannot tell them, hey, stay there. You stay here and be greeting. To them, it will not look as if you are greeting. But if it's an adult, yes, they can understand. But the children now, it takes the grace for them to understand that situation.
Okay, now that's another issue. Now, one thing now is how sure are we that these children, once they leave school, they are going straight to their house? How sure are we that they are going straight to their house? These are the questions that many parents are also asking and people are asking. How sure are you that once they leave school, they are going straight to their home and they are not going straight to their friend's place, or they don't decide to, okay, let's just play ball for some hours or some minutes? How sure are we? Now, another question that I think people asking is that now if you're going to teach these children from 8 to 11, that means that there's going to be an extra means of teaching them. They're going to continue with the online classes. Now, these children, will they be very, very serious with it? Considering that WAEC, SS3 WAEC will be coming up very soon. I think sometime early next year that it will come. So they have like 6 or 7 months to prepare. And they didn't cover up for last term. They didn't cover for SS2 classes for that short term. Now it means that they have a lot of work to do. So I think the best thing for them to actually do this period is for the teachers and the parents to work together.
Work hand in hand,
work together. I think parents also should have their own thermometer at home. Check your child's temperature. Sometimes we parents have these, parents actually have these, this mind of, okay, mom, I'm not feeling if I'm running temperature. I'll be like, okay, manage and go to school. So I think this time around, once the child is running temperature, please let that child stay at home. Then every school should have an isolation center.
Yes.
So I think these are some of the things that they should actually put in place. Every school should have an isolation center. So we'll be talking about primary and secondary school now. Of course, today, this final year student of the Lagos State University, LASU Ojo, and some selected members of staff resumed today after months of closure, of course, necessitated by the outbreak of coronavirus disease in the country. Of course, this is just as the management of the institution has given the assurance that adequately health and safety measures have been put in place for staffs and students. And right from the gate, returning members of the university committee were encouraged by the security teams on ground to use their nose mask and wash their hands at designated and washing points. And their identity card were also checked to ensure their status as a final year students in conformity with the university's guideline. Staff, students, and visitors entering the university campus in personal vehicles were not left out, as the security teams made sure they were among the people permitted to be on the campus. And also, speaking of the development, the coordinator, that's the Center for Information, Press, and Public Relation, Mrs. Ademola, said the management of this institution had put in place adequate measures and a facility to ensure the safety of the students, and added that social distancing rule was not jettisoned as the university makes, of course, makes to ensure a COVID-19 free university campus, and of course, that's it. Of course, it's actually good that in their back, but we're talking about university students. How shall we are talking about youth. How shall we that they're going to obey these rules? We're talking about social distancing.
At least the youth now, the university students, to some extent they are understandable, but is it possible for them
But
to
do you think it will
resume
be
after
easier
a long time?
Who do you think will be easy to be easy for them to control? Is it the university students or the primary and secondary
So
students?
me now, I think the secondary and primary.
It will be easier to control them.
Yes. If they have elderly ones around, like if their teachers are around, to some extent they can be easily controlled. But you see that university student, they are just coming in. Man, after a long time, you want to party. There are some students that they don't have that time at home. Like they don't have that convenience at home. But once they are back to school, they want to do everything they've missed. You get it?
They want to live
They
their
will,
life.
they will not want to. Nothing like social distancing.
So social distancing might not work for them.
It might
in
not work
university,
for them.
no matter
It
how
might
they
not work.
try.
It might not work. It might not work.
So the only thing now is just to advise the youth for
Yeah,
themselves
it's just
that
to
they should
advise.
look out for their health. I
Yeah.
think we can always enjoy ourselves later time. You can still enjoy yourself in your own comfort. Enjoy it in your comfort of your own.
Yeah.
Watch it. I think then there was this stuff I'm always using there with my friend. I was team viewer. Then you watch it. Okay, I'll be in my room and you'll be in your room, and we'll just connect via the same internet and be watching the same film. And we're chatting on our WhatsApp. Okay, this is what is good. Are you serious? I'll be chatting there. That was what we only do there. So you can make use of that. Actually, but sometimes this for moment the teachers can't actually do everything, like I said. So the youth also need to do something. University students also need to help themselves. I think they're not the only ones that have also resumed. We have Kogi State University also. Some of them have resumed. I think they resumed also this during the weekend also, and they're also back, and most of them are actually coming back with their exam. So students also, it's time for them to read and also prepare, because this is not a time for them to joke. Your teachers are going to rush you to do some other things in order for you to catch up, to meet up with what you have missed. And technology now, the good part of this coronavirus, let me know, it's not actually not good, but the good part of it is that it has actually opened the universities to using technology. To using technology,
learning and all that.
Before we're always against the idea of students in secondary schools to use phone, but now it's not a very good thing for them to use, because I think some of the teachers are communicating with them from their phones and all that. But saying that 8 and 11, I don't know how ideal and how serious that is going to work, but I think it's going to be left in the hands of the teachers and the parents.
If they can do the 8 to 11 and still go back home and continue the online teaching, is still okay to some extent. If they can keep it up like that, not just 8 to 11, the time limit is too short, but if they go home and they can continue with the online learning.
Okay, so let me actually give a tip. Let me just give advice to the teachers, to the schools, when it comes to this on e-learning, because we are not sure if these students are going to be in class and when they are so one thing I think they should do is give the line, the phone number. I think add the parents to the classrooms. Ask them to the classes when you want to, of course, engage in these online classes, so that even if their parents are at work and immediately they enter the classroom and see that their students are not there, their children are not there, they contact them immediately. Why are you not in class? I think this is a way that this e-learning is going to work. Because definitely it will work for every student. It will work for everybody. So schools should just endeavor to follow the protocols, follow them, because we're talking about health and we're talking about children. Exposing them to these health matters is something that is very dangerous. Their immune system might not be that strong. Everybody have their own ways of this. So ensure that you follow everything, the guidelines that Lagos State has released, and also the other states that they are resuming today. Ensure that you follow the guideline that has been released. Maintain social distancing, just like the assembly ground. I think the assembly ground, some of them are not maintaining their social distancing. The kids, we're talking about children here. Okay, some of these things are actually new to them, because it's not something that we've experienced.
Something you've not been doing. I just came back. They are telling you to take time for them to adapt to it, but they will surely they will get used to it. That at a later time it might even be difficult for them to go back to the means of being tight. But we are all used to
then I think on the assembly day,
They'll be
we'll
pushing.
be pushing each other. Sometimes when you're singing this, your assembly, this is
marching
okay, move
song.
to class, you're marching song, just moving to class, then this my all those things. Then so it might be very, very difficult, but
Yeah.
we know that the teachers are going to do their
Yes,
best.
they
When it
will.
comes to discipline, we give it to the teachers.
It's just
because
for
they do
some
their
teachers
best.
to be standing. I think they should be standing on every role. There should be a teacher to coordinate the children as they are going inside the classes. There should be a teacher at the end. There should be a teacher at the starting point. So when they are going, you just, hey, don't go close to this one. But yeah, move, something like that to keep the social distance.
To maintain it. I
Yeah.
think that's actually a very
Yeah.
that's a nice idea for the students and parents. But another issue now is the discipline, the area of discipline. This kid's going to be disciplined. How are we going to discipline them? Because take it or leave it. These children, they need to be disciplined.
Yes, definitely.
They are going to be disciplined. I think there's something that we're told that there's something in schools now, there's something in norms now that they will tell you, okay, the new norms. Do you know what the full meaning? The new normal. That is the new normal. So the new normal now to kids is, and you've seen an elderly person and just say, hi, hello, alpha. How you doing now? That is now the new normal for kids. When you try to correct, they say that's the new normal. So you understand? And you know that normally now these kids are not used to staying in school now.
Yes.
So they might actually see their teacher and tell them, they might see their teachers and tell them the new normal. Hey, alpha now, because you have been doing it in school. And you want to punish them. Please, how are you going to discipline that kid? That is one question that people are asking. Now, how are you going to discipline them without actually breaking the rules and not following the guidelines of this? So these are some of the things. So let's just take some comments on our page and see what the parents what the people are saying. So you okay, let me just ask you, for you during your own school time, what are some of the experiences?
During my school time, when you offend a teacher, or let's say you refuse doing your assignments, which I never did. I always did mine.
No, of course you won't come out here to say you did not do your assignment.
No, I'm a good girl. Like I'm still keeping it up. So if you refuse doing your assignments, you are meant to come out. Some teachers will ask you to kneel down. They might not really flog, while some will flog you and ask you to go back, but some will ask you to stay there for maybe some minutes, then release you. And you refusing to do your assignments is not even good, because those are the things that make you learn faster.
Okay.
So yes, for you, if you can't cope in the class, they will just give you that one to take home. It's a take home assignment. So you go home and help. You go home, meet your elder ones, like your parents or your siblings. This is what they gave me in class. When they explain to you, to some extent you understand it more better than your teacher.
But that was
because
then
it's a
without
one-to-one.
this is not the COVID-19 period.
Yes.
Now we have some comments here, and okay, this is coming from Okafonon. So it says good, but they should allow both nursery and daycare. I think that is not a nice idea. Nursery and daycare. Simon is saying please, it's difficult for e-learning to work in our country now because of the tech involved and power problem. That's actually going to be a big problem, the power and problem. But if we don't start it now, how are we going to know if this will work later in future? Because now, take it or leave it, now technology is taking over. Technology is taking over now. But talking about nursery and daycare students, for Lagos State, for all the government to say they should not resume, they actually have their reasons for saying that they should not resume. These are children that we're talking about. So for now, I think it's still best for them to stay at home, and
their parents should take care of them. For now, they should be taking care of them.
For daycare students, we have babies that are going to be there.
Just
no matter how you clean your floor or do everything, students are still going to things are going to fall out. They will pick it. So I think them resume is actually, for now, it's not a nice idea. You can still manage the children in primary
school
and secondary and university. There's still a way you can run it out, of course, manage them, but not on top of daycare.
But the daycare and nursery,
they are still kids, and their immune system are not.
You can't even tell them not to do something and they will listen to you, because they are still very small. So it's better they stay at home.
There's actually a funny comment here I'm seeing, and that's coming from I think Zeke. It says COVID-19 is a political problem. Political problem. Seriously, please. I think we should. I won't actually. I'm not trying to laugh at your joke or to your comments, but political problem. I think we should know that COVID-19, if we are saying it's a political problem in Nigeria, should we say it's a political problem in the United States of America? Should we say it's a political problem in United Kingdom? Should we say it's a political problem in Sweden? It's taking over in China, where it started from. And now we are all saying that the cases are reduced. We've seen, I've been in encounter with someone that actually had COVID, and it was a very, very serious issue that I actually isolated myself for some time and did some tests and all that. So it's not. We should, if you believe that it's a political problem, I think it's still best for us to protect ourselves and also protect your siblings and your children. You can believe that, but still protect them. That's the best way to go about it. So, and if you think you can protect your child better, and an advice for us to parents is that I think schools are not allowing children to bring for vendors, for people to sell things.
In the
so it's
premises.
better for you to get the hot flags, hot flags for your
and
children.
Make their breakfast meat or their lunch, package everything for them to bring from the home. There's no need of coming to the class and still going out. That's what we are trying to avoid. Because once they are going out, they will start gathering there, and that's crowd. There's no social distancing there. So it's better for them to come with whatever they want to eat in school. They should bring it from the house to keep
including their water.
Including their water, everything.
And ensure tissue, toilet paper is always in their bags. Then please, if you know your children, they are the type that just like testing things and can eat anything uneatable, please don't put hand sanitizer in their bag. Don't put it. I think the school will have to take care of that and watch and watch the
that's
students.
Of
course,
very important.
We have children who can be actually funny at times. So that's and of course these are ways to protect these kids. So someone is asking, Bright, please, Bright is asking, when is school resuming? I'm just joining the program. Schools, of course, Lagos State secondary and primary schools have resumed today, and Lagos State University also resumed today, and we have some other schools that of course said they are going to resume next week. And you can confirm and of course go on our website to get the information of when all the states are also resuming, where the school students are resuming, so you can get that on our website. Always get that down. It's not always a problem. So basically that is what we just have to discuss with you. Should we just say today is like an advice day for parents and also for students that they should read very well, focus on their, of course, try to cope with everything, because it's a lot of students and the students are really going to be provided with a lot of work to do.
Now that you are just coming in, anything they give you, please follow up. Don't say, let me keep this when I get home. Before you know, you start piling up, and for you to read for exams, it will become difficult, because a lot of people, during this lockdown, they didn't really have time for their books. They were just playing. So it's now that you are coming, immediately you just start. Please follow up for you to be able to pass your exam, like coming out in flying colors. That's my advice for the students.
And for the parents, get the phone numbers of your school, of your students, the past teachers, so that you can monitor your children when they leave the school and when they get to their own respective destination. And also the students, the schools should also try to keep that communication with their parents, the student parents. Of course, you can't do this alone. Schools can't do this alone. Parents can't do this alone. They have to work together. And I'm sure if there's any developments, of course, the government will let the schools know. And of course, to get more of this information, you can always get it on our website, and that's at www.vanguardngr.com. That's all we have for you today. You can always, of course, follow us on our social media platforms that are showing on your screen to get more of our top stories and also to know the things and what is going on around the world. It's bye from me, Damilola Ogunshaki, and also from my co-host,
Agnes Joy Oloko.
Enjoy the rest of your days, and children, make sure you protect yourself.
Bye.